You all know what polymorphism is, that when we are having one thing and multiple names, that is something called as polymorphism, right? So same name, multiple meanings. So when we are doing some actions, such as supposedly I have given you the very small example that when a bell rings, so if you are having the bell ring is something that you get a call and you have to perform some actions. So according to the type of the bell that rings, you perform a particular action. If a phone bell rings, you will pick up the phone and talk. If message bell rings, you will reply to the message. If it's a nowadays, so if it is a mail tone, then you will check whether you want to see your mail or not. If it is a doorbell, you will go and open the door, and so on and so forth, right? So for the same, having the bell is ringing, but depending on which kind of bell is ringing, you will be performing separate tasks. This is the essence of polymorphism. All of you understand that function overloading, that a function is having a same name but different type or different number of parameters that will represent their signature, function signature, and through that you can implement something called as compile time polymorphism. Now, what do I mean by compile time and runtime polymorphism? All of you do understand what is compile time and runtime. So when I am talking about compile time, it is when you are changing a program from C++ language to its object code. That is your compilation time. You're just compiling, checking for any syntax errors or something, and you're compiling into a lower level language that a computer can understand. So during that time, you already know which function call. Whenever you are giving a function call, compiler knows कि कौन से function को call करना है from that call. Just for example, if you are having a function ABC and you are calling it to here, and if you are having a function again ABC and if you are calling 3.5, so at that time, or maybe if it is not 3.5, it is some float variable, float v, suppose giving the name, and this is some integer variable. At compile time only, the compiler knows कि ये integer वाली call से map होगी. At compile time, the compiler knows कि this call will be mapped to the float वाली call, and so on and so forth. So this function overloading का जो concept है, that is implemented at compile time. So that gives you the power of compile time polymorphism. Now, with C++ comes the concept of runtime polymorphism. What do I mean by runtime polymorphism? That at runtime, while actually I am running the program, at that time I want to decide which function is to be called. The function is going to have same parameter, same signature, everything same, but it is defined in different classes. So with the concept of classes, you have the option of runtime polymorphism. Let us try to understand what do I mean by runtime polymorphism, which is implemented with the help of virtual functions in C++. So I have something called as a virtual function. What does it mean? We'll just see with an example. What does it do and what it means? So virtual function is, last class we have already done that if we are having a pointer to a base class, then the pointer of my base class can point to any number of objects of the derived class. This we have done in the previous class itself. Using the same concept, when I am using the pointer of a base class and when I am equating it, pointing to an object of the derived class, the problem is I cannot call a member function of the derived class without typecasting explicitly. हो क्या रहा है कि कोई base class है, supposedly base class I am taking, base class का कोई pointer है and I am creating an object of the derived class, say D, and I am saying that ptr is equal to address of D. Now the pointer of the base class is pointing to derived class, but it cannot call any member function or use any variable of the derived class. So what is the use of this pointer? So we are not actually able to use it as a pointer to the derived class itself. Using virtual functions, we can call the function within the derived class using the pointer of the base class also. This is what we will be implementing runtime polymorphism as. So let us try and understand how and what is happening. Let us see now. Sorry. let's take an example and let's try to see how are we going to implement the same. So supposedly I'm taking a class. So this is my base class. So within the base class, I might be having some variables, etc., which currently I'm avoiding. Supposedly I'm directly taking public. I am creating a function over here. Supposedly I'm having some void read to read some data, or maybe I'm having some void display, and within this display I'm only writing base class, right? And I'm having now, please see, this is a virtual. It is again a keyword in C++. So I'm writing virtual, I'm writing void, and I'm creating another function show. तो पूरे function से पहले आएगा ये virtual keyword in the base class. ध्यान रखना. So void show, and I'm defining this function as cout, and I'm writing base virtual. Base में जो virtual function है वो call हुआ है. Supposedly I'm writing it in this manner, right? So after doing this, I close this class. I create a derived class. So I'm creating a class, derived class, where I'm having the public class, which is base class, which is being derived publicly, right? After deriving this, within this class also I'm having some public part, and I am having supposedly some display also here also, which is printing that you are having the derived class, and you are having a void show also. Show भी है यहाँ पे. The show is only having derived show. Now this is the function. As you can see, both the function are having common names. The only difference is that this show here is virtual and this show here is it has to be virtual in the base class only, and this show is also having, we are having another show in the.
थोड़ा और आगे.
Any doubt? Anybody, any doubt?
Yes.
Let's move on to our main now. I'm having my void main. So within the main, I am creating a base class object say B, and I am creating a derived class object say D. Fine. Now I am creating a base class pointer, say base class pointer BP. I am creating a base class pointer. Now base class pointer is pointing to base currently. So if it is not pointing to anything, I am making it point to base right now. So now the base class pointer is pointing to the base. Now I am calling base class pointers using the arrow operator. I am calling the display function, and using this I am calling the show function. And now I am creating an object. Sorry, I'm not creating any object here. The object is already created. I am making the base class pointer now point to derived class object. Right. I am again calling the base class pointer. Say I am again calling the display, and base class pointer say I am again calling show. Now what happens? Let us try to see. And supposedly this is my main function which is ended. So main function has ended. So what is happening over here, if I am trying to understand, the power of virtual function is when I am creating a base class object B, what happens is some B is created here. I am creating a derived class object D, some D is created. This is the object of base class. This is an object of derived class, right? Now I am creating a base class pointer BP. BP is a pointer which is going to have address only. Currently BP is pointing to the base class B. So B is having, and BP is pointing to the base class. When I am calling BP display, then this base is getting displayed in the output. When I am calling BP show, then this base virtual gets displayed, right? virtual function of the base class is called, because BP is a pointer of the base class and base class का pointer base class के object को point कर रहा है, and I'm calling show, so this show gets called from the base class. Now when I'm saying that BP is pointing to the derived class object, when I'm calling the display, then the display of derived class is not called. Since the base class pointer is pointing to display, it is a base, although now base class is pointing to the derived class. But when I'm calling display, since it's the pointer of type base class, so according to the type of the pointer, it is calling display from the base class only, and again a base gets printed. Now, when I'm calling the base class is show, since show is a virtual function in the base class, this time when I'm going to call show using a pointer of the base class, still I am going to call the function in the derived class. This is the power of virtual functions, and this is at runtime. Base class का pointer is pointing to D. जब डिस्प्ले कॉल हुआ तो बेस क्लास का ही फंक्शन कॉल हुआ, लेकिन जब शो कॉल हुआ तो वो पहले बेस क्लास पे पहुंचा, उसे पता चला दैट इज अ वर्चुअल फंक्शन, सो इट चेक्स इन द डिराइव्ड क्लास. If derived class is also having this show, then at runtime this show is called, and then you will be having derived show as the output. This is what your virtual function is doing. Virtual function is defined by using the keyword virtual before the function in the base class. You have a function in the derived class with a similar name. When you are using the object of the base class, I am again saying pointer of the base class points to the object of derived class. BP is pointing to derived class D. अब जब हम show call करें तो since show is a virtual function, that is why show of the derived class is being called. Display is not a virtual function, so display of base class is being called. जब तक बेस क्लास का पॉइंटर बेस क्लास को पॉइंट कर रहा था तो बेस क्लास के ही फंक्शंस कॉल हो रहे थे. अब बेस क्लास का पॉइंटर डिराइव क्लास को कॉल कर रहा है. जब तक फंक्शन वर्चुअल नहीं है, बेस क्लास का ही फंक्शन कॉल होगा. If the function is virtual, then you are able to call the function of the derived class using a pointer of the base class. And this same pointer can be used to point to any number of derived classes. सिर्फ एक ही नहीं, किसी भी derived class को आप कॉल कर सकते हैं. So अगर same show है सारी derived classes में and it is only made virtual in the base class, so using the same pointer आप सारी classes में show function को call कर पाओगे using the pointer of the base class. This is known as runtime polymorphism. Runtime पे you decide which function is being called. It is very important that the signature of the functions is the same. Number of parameter, return type, name, absolutely सब कुछ same है. When the function is being called, you do not know. Compile time पे नहीं पता चल सकता कि कौन सा function call होगा. Run time पे you get to know when it actually runs. Then you get to know which function is to be called. That is why this is known as runtime polymorphism. Is it now clear to all of you? Taking an example, supposedly I have a base class which is you are selling some items in a store. ठीक है, एक आइटम है आपका बुक, दूसरा आइटम है आपकी कोई सीडी. यू कैन हैव मल्टीपल आइटम्स. तीसरा आइटम है आपका कोई से supposedly pen or something. You can have other things. I'm just taking one example. So there is some store which is having different type of items. Fine. So this is the base class. In the base class, you are going to have the some item number. कोई specific number होगा आपके item का, unique code जो कि identify करेगा आपके item को, या फिर item name, whatever you want to take, you can create anything. Item number की जगह item name भी ले सकते हो, आपकी मर्जी है. And you will be having the price of the item, the more important thing. So price and name, दो चीजें होंगी आपके पास that can uniquely identify every item. If it is a book, it might have the number of pages in the book. It might have author details, etc. And other details, I'm not going to more details. If it is a CD, it might have a singer. ठीक है ना? CD में कोई मे बी गानों की CD है, किस चीज की CD है, whatever the CD is, it might be having a singer, it might be having a size, what is the size of the CD, and so on. Just taking example. If it is a pen, it might be having the nib of the pen is what size, color of the pen is which color, right? And many other, or maybe nib का size नहीं तो you want to take the company, whatever you, I'm just saying the pen का कोई color ही ले रहे हैं, just for example, simple. I'm taking the color of the pen and supposedly say the nib type, nib size, whatever you want. So I am having, क्वेश्चन को ऐसे समझो कि एक आइटम है, एक बुक सेलर की शॉप, एक शॉप है जिसमें 3 तरीके के आइटम सेल हो सकते हैं, बुक, सीडी या पेन. क्या कॉमन है सब में? सब में कॉमन है कि कोई नाम होगा हर आइटम का एंड प्राइस विल बी देयर. नाउ यूजिंग द बेस क्लास आई विल बी डिराइविंग बुक, सीडी एंड पेन, and the additional things that these classes will be having the number of pages, author, singer, size, nib size, and the color. According to this, let's create class. So if I'm creating class over here, so what happens? I'm creating class item. Within this class, I am creating in the protected mode, I am creating say char name, whatever your item name is. So item name, and you are taking a float price. So these are the 2 things associated with the item. Now you are having in the public mode, you are having a constructor for this item where you are having, it's a parameterized constructor. So I am having parameters where I am passing a name and the price as the argument. So I am passing the name and float price as the argument, and I am simply copying them. So what am I doing is I'm going to create and I am going to copy. So I'm creating here, so it is named directly here. So I am using string copy. Destination is name, source is S, and I'm saying that my price is equal to P. So I've just simply copied using the constructor. Now to display the details, I am using virtual void show, and here I am not mentioning anything. So this is essentially an empty virtual function. This I am creating the empty virtual function because I will not be calling the function show for any class. Okay, we'll just see what does it mean. The class ends here. Class item mein I have created name and price. I have created a constructor which is taking the parameters and equating, and I have created the show as the virtual function. Now I am creating the derived classes. So I am creating, supposedly I am creating a class book. Within the class, now it has to be derived. So I am going to derive it. Supposedly I am publicly deriving it. So I am saying public item, right? So I am publicly deriving the class. After deriving it, I am having some integer number of pages, and I am having character a name is the author name, and supposedly 30 is the size again. So there are 2 variables, character name and author, the number of pages and the author name, right? So now in the public part, I am again having a constructor. So I am creating a constructor for book where I am having, now I am in the constructor here of the derived class, I am having 4 parameters, 2 book के लिए और 2 item के लिए. So here I am having the 4 parameters, right? I hope it is still visible, right? Because of the space I am doing this. So I am having character pointer say name, then I am having float price, then I am having supposedly integer pages, and I am having character pointer a name, which is your author name. So from here I am using a colon and I am calling the constructor of the base class, which is item. And which parameters am I passing from here? I am going to, from here I am going to pass n and a, n and p, the name and the price of the item. This I am passing. So within this constructor, इन दोनों के लिए तो ये कॉल हो जाएगा, बाकी दोनों को I have to handle. So what do I do? Pages is equal to the number of pages, and an I have to take, so I am using again a string copy. An is the, sorry, a name is the destination and parameter is the source. So I am copying these and the constructor ends. Now here I am calling a display. Here I am having a void, sorry, show, the same name as that in the main class, base class. So void show, I am going to print all the details. Okay? So I am printing here item name, or item name की जगह I can write book name because it's a book, I know that. So book name, and I can print name, right? Then I am taking book price and I am printing price. Then I can have number of pages and I can print pages, and I can have author name, author of the book, and I can print the author details, which is in the A name. So this is what we do in the base class or derived class. Till here is it clear to all? यहाँ तक समझ आ रहा है क्या हुआ सबको? Give me a yes or no, please. Similarly, I am having a class CD. Again, I am publicly deriving it from item. Right? So, after this void show, this particular class has ended. So, let's create the now CD mein we were having two details. क्या क्या details थी? The size of the CV, कितने MB की CD है, तो supposedly I'm having size, and again I'm having the singer CDs है, so I'm having singer name, so I'm creating an S name again of size 30, right? So here again in the public part I will be creating the constructor here. So CD is my constructor. Again 4 parameters are there. I am having character, pointer, name, float, price, and I am having here integer size, and I am having character, pointer, singer's name, right? And I am calling the base class constructor passing n and p, which is the name and the price. Within this constructor again I am doing that size is equal to s, and I am again using the string copy to copy singer's name from the passed parameter into the s name. The function ends over here. Now I am going to have again my void show to display all the details here. So if I am going to display the details over here, I am having cout name. Supposedly I am printing the name over here. Then I am having price, and I can print price. Then I am having my size of the CD. So I am printing size, and I can finally print the singer's name. So I am printing singer, and I am printing the singer's name. I close this function, I close this class, right? So this is my base class. These are my 2 derived classes, right? I have my base class and the 2 derived classes. So now we have to understand that only the base class has, currently virtual function है ये, but only the base class has the keyword virtual. हमने void normal functions create करें derived classes में just we have made sure that syntax is same, show no parameter, show no parameter. अगर पैरामीटर लेने हैं तो जितने पैरामीटर्स यहाँ होंगे उतने ही यहाँ भी होंगे और उतने ही यहाँ भी होंगे. And if I am taking parameters, same number and same type of parameters have to be taken. Right? Correct? Now when I am coming to my main function, within the main function, I am creating certain variables which I will be reading from the user. So I am creating, supposedly again, I am creating the name. I am creating different variables here. I am not only creating a name, and I am say supposedly I'll creating a new name here, character of size say 30. So it is again created dynamically at runtime. Then I am having my float price. I am having my integer size, and I was having an integer. और क्या था integer में size था और books के case में pages, number of pages, right? And I am having character name के अलावा we are having two other things. I am having character say book name of size 30, and I am having my, or maybe you create it a pointer only. So you are creating a book name, again a new character 30, and you are again creating a CD name, your author. One was your author name and another is your singer's name. So you are having singer name, which is equal to new character 30. Now you read these from the user. So supposedly you are creating a book. So you are asking enter book details. ठीक है? Book details read कर रहे हो आप अभी सिर्फ. So you read the name, you read the price, you read the pages in the book, and you read the author name. So you are reading all these details. Now you are going to create an object of the, now it is important that I am creating the object of the base class. So item, and I am creating a pointer of this class, supposedly PTR. I am now creating an object of the derived class. ये समझना पड़ेगा कि हम कर क्या रहे हैं, ठीक है? So now I am creating an object of the derived class, supposedly book. I am creating book 1. ठीक है? Book 1 में I am passing parameters. So I am passing name, price. Then I am passing order of the parameters remain the same, pages, and finally I am passing the author name. Accordingly, book का constructor कॉल होगा, item का constructor, base class का constructor कॉल होगा, book create होगी. And now I am saying that pointer is equal to the address of book 1. So it is pointing to, it is currently pointing to, or maybe I can even show you currently, supposedly I am not pointing the pointer and I am not creating it only. Let it be like this only for the time being. I'll tell you what to do. So book 1 create हुआ है अभी तक सिर्फ. Again आपने user को कहा enter the details of the CD. Enter CD details.
बहुत ज़्यादा ब्लर है.
Read the details of the CD. Again name, price. This time it is size, and finally you are having singer name. Again you create an object of type CD, say CD1. You are passing name, price, size, and the singer's name as the parameters. Object create होगा यहाँ पे CD1 करके object create हो गया और book 1 दो objects create कर दिए.
It is not visible.
It is of type book and CD. Now here I am creating item. See, item is my base class. For the base class, I am creating a pointer and I am creating a list of items here. Since मेरी दो ये items में ले रही हूँ, तो currently my list is having only 2 items. I may be having multiple items. I am creating a list of only 2 items over here, and I am making the list 0 as pointing to the item book 1. 2 आइटम्स क्रिएट करे हमने, एक बुक टाइप का, एक सीडी टाइप का, ठीक है। तो व्हाट आई एम ओनली डूइंग ओवर हियर इज list 0 is pointing to book 1 while list of 1 is going to point to cd1. So क्योंकि ये array of pointers है, array of pointer to object of the class item, right? So this is an array of pointers only. Now pointer to base class can point to an object of derived class. So list 0 is a pointer to the base class pointing to derived class object book 1. List 1 is a pointer to base class pointing to an object of derived class cd. Now this is a heterogeneous list. अभी तक हम homogeneous list बना रहे थे ना, अब हमने देखो heterogeneous list बनाई है जिस लिस्ट में अलग अलग टाइप के ऑब्जेक्ट्स को पॉइंट किया जा रहा है. Without using virtual functions, there is no use of this. This is still homogeneous क्योंकि सिर्फ बेस क्लास के ही पार्ट्स को एक्सेस कर पाओगे. Using virtual function, you can actually use the parts of the derived class using the same list. Now, supposedly, I am going to print the item details. I am printing items. So when I am printing the items, I am only supposedly writing कि book की details अगर I am printing. So in book details, I am calling list 0. This is a pointer, so I am using an arrow operator and I am calling the show function. Now show is there in all 3 classes. Show आपका item class में भी है, book class में भी है और cd class में भी है. List is a pointer of type item. पर क्योंकि show एक virtual function है base class में, इसलिए यहाँ पे जब आप कॉल करोगे तो जब एग्जीक्यूट होगा तो लिस्ट 0 में एड्रेस किसका है. अब देखो इसको ऐसे समझना पड़ेगा कि आपकी सपोजिटली लिस्ट है, दिस इज 0, दिस इज 1, दिस इज हैविंग बुक 1 का एड्रेस, दिस इज हैविंग cd1 का एड्रेस. ये अलग अलग तरीके के ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं, ये समझना ही पड़ेगा हमें. सो नाउ दिस इज अ पॉइंटर ऑफ टाइप आइटम. तो करंटली बुक 1 जितनी भी बड़ी हो, सिर्फ आइटम जितने पार्ट्स उसको विजिबल होते हैं. सिमिलरली cd1 जितना भी बड़ी हो, आइटम जितने पार्ट्स ही विजिबल होंगे. यूजिंग द वर्चुअल फंक्शन रन टाइम पे जब वो बेस क्लास में पहुंचेगा और उसके फंक्शन शो पे पहुंचेगा, उसे पता चलेगा वो वर्चुअल है. तब क्या होगा, तब वो डिराइव्ड क्लास में जाएगा जो कि इसी पॉइंटर के एड्रेस पे है और तब वो उस डिराइव्ड क्लास के फंक्शन को कॉल कर देगा एट रन टाइम. दिस इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज रन टाइम पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म. Similarly, when I am saying cout and now I am supposedly printing my cd details and I am calling list 1 show. अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा, लिस्ट 1 शो में लिस्ट 1 में cd1 का एड्रेस है, तब भी क्योंकि शो कॉल हुआ है तो वो पहले जाएगा आइटम के शो पे. आइटम के शो पे उसे पता चला दिस इज अ वर्चुअल फंक्शन. सिंस इट्स अ वर्चुअल फंक्शन इट गोज टू द डिराइव्ड क्लास एंड चेक्स डिराइव्ड क्लास में है शो, है डिराइव्ड क्लास में एक शो एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है. सिंस इट इज देयर सो डिराइव्ड क्लास का शो विल बी कॉल्ड. सो व्हाट विल हैपन हियर इज व्हेन आई एम डन विद प्रिंटिंग दीस, व्हेन आई एम डन विद and supposedly my main ends here, when I am done with printing these details, the output that is going to come here is when I am printing, I will be having items, I will be having book, then I will be having my book name, जो भी हमने एंटर करा होगा and other details, and I will be having cd name and other details. So item के pointer से which is a base class pointer, one we are pointing to an object of type book class, book derived class, another we are pointing to an object of derived class cd, और फिर भी from the pointer to the base class using virtual function when I am calling show here book का show call हो रहा है, when I am calling show here cd का show call हो रहा है. And this is happening at run time. डिसाइड हो रहा है कि कौन सा शो कॉल होगा. कंपाइल टाइम तक हमें नहीं पता कौन सा शो कॉल होगा. अकॉर्डिंग टू द पॉइंटर एट रन टाइम वी विल गेट टू नो यहाँ पे बुक का शो कॉल होगा और यहाँ पे cd का शो कॉल होगा. दिस इज हाउ वी आर अचीविंग रन टाइम पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म using the virtual function show which is made virtual in the base class item. थोड़ा थोड़ा अब समझ में आया what do I mean by virtual function and runtime polymorphism? Is it now clear to all of you?
मैम एक बार
हाँ, I will explain that supposedly I am creating book 1. जब मैंने book 1 create करा तो what happens is यहाँ पे एक book 1 create हो गया जिसमें कि आपके item class के objects भी आ गए जो कि है name, price और book के भी details आ गई आपकी pages of the book and author name. और उसके अलावा जो function है show वो भी आ गया. ये book का function आया show. Similarly आपने और ये supposedly किसी address 1000 पे, ठीक है? आपने सिमिलरली CD1 क्रिएट करा. CD1 क्रिएट करके आइटम के ऑब्जेक्ट्स डिराइव हुए. इट्स अ डिराइव्ड क्लास, बेस क्लास के ऑब्जेक्ट्स आए. सो यू हैव नेम, प्राइस, यू आल्सो हैव द साइज एंड द सिंगर नेम एंड you have its own show function, right? Now supposedly this is at some address 2000. Now आपने एक लिस्ट क्रिएट करी दो एलिमेंट्स की 0 और 1. अब ये लिस्ट है टाइप आइटम की जो कि है बेस क्लास. इसमें आपने एड्रेस स्टोर करा बुक 1 का 1000, इसमें आपने एड्रेस स्टोर करा CD1 का 2000. इनका डेटा टाइप क्या है? बेस क्लास. और पॉइंट किसको कर रहे हैं? ये अलग अलग टाइप की क्लास के ऑब्जेक्ट्स को पॉइंट कर रहे हैं. ऐसा हम पहले नहीं कर पा रहे थे. एक ही एरे में वी आर पॉइंटिंग टू डिफरेंट क्लास ऑब्जेक्ट्स. नाउ unless and until we use virtual functions, pointing to different class objects is meaningless. Understanding that supposedly I am having, suppose for I is equal to 0, I is less than the number of objects, supposedly some n, and I am running I plus plus. I am simply calling list of I. Since it's a pointer, I am using the arrow and I am calling show. अब show मैंने क्या करा? show को मैंने virtual बना दिया था बेस क्लास में. बेस क्लास कौन सी? आइटम. तो जब रन टाइम पे लिस्ट ऑफ आई में से कॉल होगा, जब 0 जाएगा, अगर 0 पे जो भी एड्रेस है करेगा क्या? जब ये कॉल हुआ, जब लिस्ट ऑफ 0 कॉल हुआ, वो 1000 पे गया. 1000 में वो आइटम के ही पार्ट तक गया. अभी उसे आइटम के पार्ट में एक शो मिला, उसे यहाँ पे भी एक शो मिला, पर वो शो वर्चुअल था. जब उसे वर्चुअल पता चला तो एट रन टाइम, एग्जीक्यूशन टाइम पे ही वो उसने ये वाला शो कॉल कर दिया. कॉल कौन सा हुआ? डिराइव्ड क्लास का शो कॉल हो गया. डिराइव्ड क्लास कहाँ थी? उसी सेम पॉइंटर के एड्रेस पे थी. नेक्स्ट टाइम आई की वैल्यू बढ़ी तो वो 1 हो गई. 1 पे क्या स्टोर्ड है? 2000 एड्रेस स्टोर्ड है. 2000 एड्रेस पे भी अभी वो पहले आइटम के ही शो पे गया. जब वो आइटम के शो पे गया, उसे पता चला ये वर्चुअल है. वो दोबारा वापस इस एड्रेस पे गया और वापस चेक करा कि डिराइव्ड क्लास में भी शो है क्या. उसने CD का शो कॉल कर दिया. सपोजिटली देयर वर 100 ऑब्जेक्ट्स. हर बार it checks and every time it is going to call the object of the derived class. So you have actually created a heterogeneous list अलग अलग ऑब्जेक्ट्स की. अलग अलग क्लासेस के ऑब्जेक्ट्स को पॉइंट कर रहे हो एक ही लिस्ट से. क्यों? क्योंकि वो सेम क्लास से डिराइव्ड है. तो बेस क्लास के पॉइंटर से डिराइव्ड क्लास के ऑब्जेक्ट्स को आपने पॉइंट करा है. यहाँ पे ये डिराइव्ड क्लास के ऑब्जेक्ट्स को आपने पॉइंट करा. और क्योंकि वर्चुअल फंक्शन यूज कर पाए तो अलग अलग क्लास के अलग अलग शो को कॉल कर दिया एक ही लिस्ट ऑफ आई से यूजिंग वर्चुअल फंक्शन. वरना आपको क्या करना पड़ता? बुक शो अलग कॉल करना पड़ता, बुक 1 शो, और CD1 शो अलग कॉल करना पड़ता. अगर 100 ऑब्जेक्ट्स है तो 100 बार शो को दोबारा कॉल करना पड़ेगा. दिस इज रिड्यूसिंग योर कंप्लीट एफर्ट एंड इट इज सिंप्लीफाइंग द प्रोग्राम. Is it now getting clear to all of you how the virtual functions are giving you the power of runtime polymorphism in C++?